shit.
Yes. Technical difficulties aside, we're live. How are you all doing today? My name is Matt, or the Leviathan Devil, as this YouTube channel of mine is called. Above me on the Discord call, we've got a Mr. Lightspade.
Hmm? What's up?
Yep. And above Lightsbane, we have the more chaotic force in our tabletops, Mr. Keat.
Hi.
And above him, we have the person who somehow can't decide their name despite everything already having this name, Baron Dragonborn.
Hi.
Or as we call him, Carl.
Matt, I hope you've planned everything out because you're about to face your demise.
Yeah, actually, joke's on you. I already have a will. Anyways, below we've
Good.
got a Mr. Yuki Terumi.
Hello there.
And we are on part two, session two of this weekend. And some
Wait, we already had
things.
a session 2, and we're already on
No,
part 2
we're
of
on.
session 2?
No, we're on session two, or part two of this weekend. Given I'm not gonna give you crap about not listening because I never listen to myself anyways. You know how annoying it is to listen to me go on and on about pointless crap? That's why I do it, because I'm not listening to myself go on and on about pointless crap. So, Keith, what happened yesterday?
Well, I woke up, felt pretty good about the day, had some breakfast.
No, I mean session yesterday.
Oh, we were in prison.
Yeah, what happened while you were in prison?
We fought things.
Okay, well, Lewis, you wanna give us a quick recap?
So, the group's in prison. They
Yep.
got there under false pretenses. I, on the other hand, decided to disappear and get hired as a guard at said prison
Yep.
under a disguise.
Yep.
They, for some reason, gave me the instruction to gather all of the most dangerous prisoners with the noobs in the same cell. So I did. They did not, however, say to monitor the prisoners in said cell, just to gather them there. So naturally, when the seasoned convicts break everybody out of the cell, I'm like, oh, however could that have happened? Maybe it's because you told me to get them all in the same cell. And then I like fire a bolt on the ground, acting like I'm trying to shoot one of the prisoners, but instead intentionally triggering a trap. And I was like, oh, I missed. How clumsy of me. As
Get away.
two of their faces fucking melt.
Ah, yes, but not just melt, but reassemble and melt and reassemble and melt over and over again. Until they're basically a husk without any will of their own.
So we go through the prison with us scouting ahead. Well, me scouting ahead and them following along. And the guards are dealt with. We show up in front of these Tengu people, the Freebirds, and are in the middle of negotiations with them. Two of the people there that are with us in prison are having differing opinions about the Freebirds' goals. One of them is like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And the other is like in a dispute with one of the factions that they want us to unite with the Freebirds.
Ah,
And
yes.
then Mr. Leviathan Devil comes in through the comlink through the mirrors, and my character breaks the fourth wall again, as per the usual,
Yes, as
while
per
the rest of
usual.
the party doesn't know what to expect from him.
Yeah, I believe the rest of the party is sort of in this, oh, yes, this person doesn't seem trustworthy. And he's not explaining anything. Mindset. Well, yeah, that's basically where you're at now. To emphasize the fact, Cade is sort of, I'm not sure that's the greatest idea, but if it'll get the job done, sure. And Fridays is like, I have a lot of trauma with these people. If they escape, we're hunting them down. But sure. So, that's where you guys are at the moment. You might see I have updated the map with very color coded things. You might also see there are two handouts right above your character sheets, a map guide and a segment called Rules for Advancing. I would like you to very carefully peruse those, and I would like our good old Keat to give us a good read through of them.
I see the map guy. Oh, there they are.
Yeah.
Which one should I start with?
The map guide just is color coding what the various colors mean. I've labeled some of them, but dark blue is stability pillars and whatnot. Red are locked doors that either
I
need a
don't
key or can be
that.
picked. Light green is the current area you're in, guard held territory, typically headquarters. Orange,
Huh.
you don't see any orange here yet because you have not found any traps again. But orange will indicate traps. In particular, it'll indicate where you have to step to trigger a trap. And light blue is a quote unquote safe zone, a place where you can rest. The
Oh,
more important one is the floor 1 clear requirement. Because there are some things you're going to want to do here in order. Basically, I can explain anything you have questions about, but do a quick read through of for me, Keith, because you have a tally going, and I'd hate to rob you of it.
riot completion percentage needed. 75% instability. Gang needing to be defeated. Hell's Wrath. How much does the gang need to be defeated?
Yeah, I know.
Eradicated.
Yes,
Current
completely.
treasure percentage 0%. Required keys to next zone / next floor -2 zones key 1 floor boss remaining. Floor boss identity Elder Mendia. Current safe zones discovered 0. Guard barracks found 1-6. Current riot completion percentage 5%.
So, aside from the grammatical errors, which I totally did not fix and totally realized that, so aside from that, what would you like some explanations on? Since this is a free explanation thing, you
What's
know,
this about treasure?
what's a treasure? You guys aren't pathfinding the area enough because there are treasures in the prison if you
In a
look for
prison?
them. Well, yeah, there's contraband everywhere in prisons, Keith.
Oh, alright.
Do you not know this, Key?
Also, you
Well,
could
This
be
prison
looting
right
dead
now, sir.
guards for things too. That's
I
another source
tried
of
to do
treasure.
that, but then things were falling out of the ceiling.
You could. You know what? I'm not. Again, that's not on you. Do you have any other questions?
No.
Nothing about the riot completion percentage.
I imagine that means we kill people.
Uh, that. I, do you all want to assume there's no other ways to do this? Because I do actually need to explain this.
Go ahead and explain it, please, Matt.
Okay, so once you get to the needed level of instability, instability will stabilize. In order to increase instability, you need to kill guards, release prisoners, kill any prisoners that are like killing Hell's Wrath members will count towards increasing instability. Uh and that is a separate goal. Essentially, you are making a place lack stability enough to the point where you can get out of the area without having to retrace your steps, like through causing more instability again, right? Essentially, this is your way of getting out of dodge quicker. So 75% instability is what your current goal here is. That goal changes each floor, and your current riot completion percentage is not always starting at 0.
So it's just killing people.
Killing people, freeing prisoners, and you could fuck with the stability of the actual prison itself. Because they'd have to, they'd have to send guards out to fix that shit, which takes guards away from the actual riot. Also, finding particular treasures or dealing with any non-human prisoners, i.e., if you find a monster in this place and you kill that, that also helps the riot completion percentage.
Or we could set the monster free to kill things.
That would also do the exact same thing, yes. But, uh, think about what monsters you set free and which ones you don't carefully.
I mean, we're the worst monsters here.
Yes, they're not locked in here with you. You're not locked in here with the monsters. The monsters are locked in here with you.
Nothing can do as much damage as we do.
That is true. That is very true. But there's also that treasure percentage thing. So, yes, this is a very big fuck you map. There are a lot of encounters and a lot of potential areas to find treasure. Freeing prisoners might also help you get contraband. So, does the current framing of the going ons of what your basically goal is, does this help you figure out what you basically need to do for this floor? Make things a bit easier to understand, essentially.
Kill things, find gold, same as always.
Okie dokie. In that
Yes.
case, you
Got
guys
that
were in
wrong.
the middle of negotiating with the Freebirds, but didn't quite get through the full negotiation. So what are you guys going to do at this point? I would say that since the riot has started and since you've entered, it's been about 4 hours since your last long rest. So, balls in your court. What do you guys want to try and do here?
Anyone?
I don't know,
I have no
leader.
idea. One, I don't know who these people are because I wasn't here yesterday. Two,
Oh,
you, two of you were already here, so you know, also, kind
well,
of eating chicken filled with spinach. So,
last I remember we were going to try and make an agreement with them.
that's specific.
You're making a deal with the Freebirds about organizing the other non trying to kill everything on the floor prison gangs together so that you could stop the trying to kill everything on the floor prison gang.
That's right.
But Free Days and Cade, who were victims of a more violent but not as violent as the fucking Hell's Wrath prison gang, are very anticipative they're very antsy about making a deal to try and help a particular group. That being said, you might be able to find a safe zone through talking with that group and making a deal. And a safe zone would be good, considering that as far as this riot goes, once you leave a safe zone or an area where you are not in a turn order, I'm going to ask you to roll a turn order. Essentially, until you get to another point where. One second, getting a call. Be right. Okay, so I've got to take a very quick emergency break. I'll be right back. We'll be right back. Sorry about that, everyone. We're back now. Nothing too major, but something urgent. So, uh, what are you guys thinking now, with all things considered?
Well,
I'm questioning why the heck this wasn't finished yesterday. At least the
Time,
conversation.
time limit.
Oh.
Also, you guys, in order to, so here's the thing. It was so long story about what happened yesterday. It's like, hey, this is a Q&A segment. This is your opportunity to ask questions and get free answers that might be, wink, relevant later. And they asked about 3 of them and didn't
I
really
asked
ask too.
what's relevant.
Yes, it turns out there were more relevant things, like why are you, a whole bunch of things, right? Now, that being said, this is an important thing. I was expecting maybe Matt is starting to rub off on the rest of you guys, because I was expecting you to ask, "Oh, well, why should we trust these people?" Right? Not important. What is important is so they had this conversation a bit later. That led to a conversation that was meant for this room, anyways. Uh, and another thing you could do while you're here is this is the sort of guard headquarters. It's like a mini barracks. It's not where they'd actually sleep, but there are tools here. And there's no guards here.
Nicky, what do
Yes.
you usually do when things are unguarded?
Well, I am a good boy, so I usually do nothing. And I sit here calmly and politely.
Meanwhile, me, on the other hand, going completely anti-paladin here, will start looking around the room for things to use.
Oh, ransacking, that too. I do a lot of ransacking.
That was the point.
I roll to ransack.
That is a perception check to search. Your Pathfinder societying the area. I understand.
Now, I disagree. Perception would imply that I am looking for things, whereas Gavilan is doing is more I'm opening every shelf and dumping it onto the ground.
Moving
Uh,
ahead of him, I go check the desk for spare keys.
1 second. Yeah, so, I will ask you to. Oh, spare keys. All. You might want to re-roll that, for the spare key check. Sorry, grabbing food.
Perfect. I already grabbed food.
Not a very organized day for me. I apologize. But yes, that is another thing. So, uh, wow, that is a 3 and a 5. Gavilan, is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Uh, well, keys, items that guards would need to pass through the area, maybe some snacks.
Equipment? Yeah, looking for any equipment that might be left here?
Well, I think that fell under the second criteria, but yes.
Oh, yes. What you were saying is weapons and gear so that they don't get murdered in the riot. Oh, yes. Sorry, my bad. So, a 27 will find you a particular item. It's just enough to find the key to Zone 2 of Floor 1.
Hooray!
Now you just need to find the door that leads to Zone 2.
What zone is zone 2?
Zone 2 would be like. So, Zone 1 is. A good way of describing Zone 1 is it's the northern part of this. So,
Uh-huh.
it's basically imagine this as like a tower that's about 5 miles in diameter, right? So, Zone 1 would be very specifically the first 2.5 miles of diameter right next to the entrance.
Yeah.
Zone 2 would be the one down and to the left. Zone 3 would be the one up and to the right.
And here I am trying to figure out where in the hell are these handouts as I scroll through the massive
Up and to the
Right
mess.
right.
above.
There's nothing up and to the right.
Sorry, up and to down. Sorry, down and to the right, but like upwards vertically.
Okay. I can't really see vertical on a 2D plane.
Yes, I know. I'm trying to give you a description. So, Zone 2 leads you deeper underground. Zone 3 would lead you up towards the staircase to the next floor. So, Zone 1 has a cap to the amount of instability you can cause and treasure you can find, right? And one of the most important things you can find in this place is the key to Zone 2. However, if you want to re-roll those, there's actually a magic item in here. Like a good magic item, too.
Good magic out from whom? Let's see. Can I just hang on? Wait, I want to see. Oh, come on, man. That's bullshit.
Will, you want to roll a perception
Why the hell
check?
doesn't it have an investigation check? Like shit.
Perception is investigation.
I know. And I looked at intimidation. It's like, oh, there's the eye. 21. Oh yeah. Oh, that's intimidation.
Yes, there used to be an investigation skill, but they grouped investigation, sense motive, and perception together.
Yeah, which is kind of bullshit concerning the fact that it takes so long to get anything above expert.
So a 28. So 27. The DCs for perception in the guard barracks are not that high, because 27 was the second highest DC. 28 is the first highest DC. Let me tell you what you won, Gurkfall.
While I'm still trying to find the handouts.
Wait, I got a handout?
No, it's not a handout. Technically, these are items that I'll have to give you the archives page for. Because you found, and I'm trying to pull it up again so I can pull it up for you guys. But Treasure Vault has really good items for adventurers.
Ah, yes.
And particular in this area, there's something really good for your bard.
My bard.
Okay, hang on. So there was the map, the Zone 1 map guide. And then, what was the other one?
The one right above it.
Floor 1 clear requirement?
Yes.
Okay. Yay, I found them.
So, you found an
About a-
accompaniment cloak in this area. An accompaniment cloak is a lush velvet capelet embroidered with images of musicians playing a wide variety of instruments. The images animate when you make art, remaining embroidered but smoothly unknitting and re-knitting in time with your performance. They play music that perfectly accompanies your instrument, voice, or movements, granting you a +2 item bonus to performance checks. They also have the effects of Envision, frequency, once per day. You regain 1 focus point. You can only use to cast a bard composition spell. If not used by the end of the turn, this focus point is lost. That's a free action. 2 action, Envision interact once per day. You peel the musicians from the garment and fling them around you. The cloak casts a 4th level Phantom Crowd spell, DC 28. Each of the 10-foot squares must be adjacent to you. The crowd looks like the musicians of the garment and continue to accompany your performance checks. You can sustain this effect as described in the spell.
We are number 1.
I can actually see that being what Gavilan has as accompaniment being. But yes, let me send you the link to this in the voice chat text. The Path to Create Nihil one in particular. And, well, I hope you guys don't have to, discuss what you do with this item. I will let you guys discuss what you do with this.
I suggest give it to Gavilan because it seems like it only works for bards.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you could do well with it, Shadow.
Fuck, I wish.
Think about all the things you could do. You would. No, that's too mean.
Yeah. I mean, like. Now, there are other items from Treasure Vaults for other types of characters, by the way. Like, for instance, they gave Maguses something that is too good. Now, these are common items, too, so if you're in an appropriate level of settlement, you should be able to find these. But this is what the Magus ring does. Also gives you a free focus point, but also a free teleport once per day. Free action. Teleport. Yeah.
Reaction. See ya.
No, more of a Omaewa Mo, or no, teleports behind you type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, all that being said, the 20 and 22 do give you, or the two 22s will give you non-items, but important documents. So, Zeros, you find a very important document. You find a list of prisoners brought in on the last ship. This includes all of your allies aside from you, but also includes the person who was hung at the beginning of your little journey in this place, as well as a gentleman by the name of Jake Hilm and an orc woman named Thesa. But more importantly, you also find 2 members of the Pathfinder Society who were recently brought into this place, as well as a member of a faction of the Taldane nobility that is very aligned with Aurora. Those 2 society members, as well as that Taldane nobleman, are both on the 3rd floor. And what Shadow finds is also very important, because you find a series of correspondence between the Warden and Nihil. However,
Shadow
it's written in
shall write.
Thessalonian.
Shadow will regardless pocket it so that it can be used as evidence later, because time to burn the bridge to this prison.
Haha, I
Yes.
get another +2 to my performance.
Yep.
Goddamn, dude.
Yes, because you need that.
Yes, he does need that.
That's with a 2.
That is with a 2, yes. So, all of that being said, Graves
Jeez.
Graves doesn't find anything. In fact, if there were to be 2 crit failures in this area, you would have set off an alarm. Yay. Anyways, so you guys gonna talk with the leaders of the Freebirds? What's
Sure,
next?
What the hell's going on? So please, take it away, Gavilan.
sure. We should talk to him, I suppose. We do need him to
So,
die himself.
yeah, that is. So before you enter, Yuri's like, okay, look. Or no, it's. Sorry, Jing. Jing is saying, okay, look. I don't necessarily trust you around our leader. He's a good man, and his kindness can be taken advantage of sometimes. So I want you to promise not just me, but him, and he points at Gurkfall, that you're not going to try and go back on our bargain.
Well, out of character, I am taking advantage of his kindness, but I will agree to those. I, Gavilam Prolero, Crown Prince of Bulgaria, will honor my word.
Just out of curiosity, are you
Also,
lying, Keat?
No, but I may forget in the future.
let's just
Okay.
say that I just put my hand on his shoulder. Let's just say that the threat of Graves trying to chop his head off might ensure that he remembers, looks down, and just with that look of "you better not forget this, I swear to God."
Graves says in response to that, Graves isn't that violent of a person, believe it or not. Also, why would
Because
I kill
I'm
our leader?
not entirely sure what it is I'm agreeing to in the long run.
Oh, Jing says, oh, sorry about that. Right. So we want you to help us organize with the other 2 non-murder hobo factions of this prison to help go up against the murder hobo faction of this prison.
Yeah, I got that part.
And then after we take out the actual people who are the threat to the floor, Elder Mandia is willing to fall on his own blade, so to speak.
Got that part. It was the part afterward.
Then you're free to progress how you wish.
I thought that we were having to like fight other things in the future.
Oh, no, that was the deal you made with Free Days, Gavilan.
Oh,
What?
I thought that was the deal we were talking about.
No, Free Days wanted you to make a separate deal because there are certain things that a War Priest of Shaylin cannot ignore without consequence unless she gives consequences to the people in the future.
Okay.
And one of those things is what happened to Free Days, so... You know, personal grudge plus my deity says I can hold personal grudge. .jpg.
Okay. So our agreement is basically just to work with them. Got it.
Yeah. Yes. Anyways, so if you who are here want to move yourselves from where you're currently at to the blue room, because at this point you have found your first safe zone.
Can anyone else see
I
my
am-
name? Or is that just me?
Technically I have not set it up for all of you to see the name.
Oh, because that was new. I've not noticed it before.
Yeah, I did that last session, or before last session.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to zoom out to even find where the hell we are.
Oh, no, you gotta zoom
We're
in.
towards the right hand of the screen.
Yeah.
Well, I have to zoom out in order to
You're in
zoom
a
in.
green
Okay.
box at the moment.
With a big chair.
Also, this is
With-
a huge
I mean,
map.
table.
Yeah, there it is. I see it. Yeah, I know. That's why I had to zoom out in order to zoom in. There's a difference. Also, I'm pretty sure I need to move from green square to blue square. There. Also, why is my health so fucking low?
So apparently, McDonald's fries taste different because they're cooked with meat oil as well, beef oil. Like they put something beef related in their actual oil they fry stuff with.
Saves
That's
time.
cool. That's cool. Quick question: did we get a long rest?
What?
So
Oh,
they have like
Not
a better
yet.
Coca-Cola on top of that.
Okay, so I look like absolute shit right now.
well, you haven't done anything yet.
Gavilan, I'm at a quarter health.
How?
look
You
like
weren't
You
here
shit.
shouldn't
last-
be at a quarter health
You
anymore.
weren't
That's
here
why. That's why
last
I'm like, did
session.
we get a long rest? Because like I still have
Yes,
the dying
you got a
lung
long
condition.
rest from the time you fought the Shade of Matt. It's been like 3
I mean,
days.
I haven't
'Cause,
gone
yeah,
along, but you
I
have.
did not get to reset my shit from that. So that's why I'm like, did we get a long rest in? You said no. It's like, well, I'm at a quarter health.
No, you guys haven't got a long rest in today. It's like been like
Okay.
4 hours since your last one.
That's fine.
But what about second long rest?
There we
What
go.
about thirdzies? Hero
What
points.
about, I don't care anymore as long as I'm at full health and ready to rock and roll.
What about kill me?
So,
Also, my thing is not updating.
safe zones
know
are
why.
very important. There are 2 things you should know about safe zones. One, safe zones are safe, but can become unsafe. So if you're dealing with anyone on your way to a safe zone, make sure you either lose them or take care of them.
I.e., kill them.
Mm-hmm. Or knock them out.
Well, that's less fun.
Actually,
Yeah, well,
considering
no.
it's harder to knock someone out, it's much more fun.
Not when you enjoy the sport.
So, fun fact, I've once gone almost an entire society mission without killing a humanoid.
Cringe.
We got to about 17 knocked out assailants before someone got down, and we're like, okay, well, now we're gonna not be nice.
Gloves off. It's like, yeah, gloves off.
So, very quickly, before we begin this conversation, society, legal lore, prison lore, our lore of, let me get the deity very quickly.
Wait, what was it? It was law.
Vildiaz, lore is the other. It's law, society, legal, or it's legal, prison, society, or VLDA's lore.
Phil DA.
That is the only thing that I have, and that's actually a somewhat decent.
It's
VLDA's
VILDES. Oh, I was actually hoping you were trying to learn more about the system. That's my fault.
Nuts in your mouth.
Not in
So
your
also
life.
religion check too, because
Oh, sir, you should have said religion to begin with. And
religion
it's
will
lower
get you
roll.
a different result. Because you see a holy symbol of VLDAs on this person right here.
I am not scrolled over, apparently. Give me a moment.
You don't have to scroll over. I shift Z.
Oh.
If you click away, if you click on anything, it goes away, by the way. So
Yeah.
Shift Z, this guy, has a holy symbol of VLDAs. As far as you're aware, Carl, This is an Imperial Lord known as the Cardinal Martyr.
Everyone keeps pointing their guns at me.
Look, Hero Forge only has a certain amount of poses. And I like, do I have the...
I like pointing guns at you.
You know, not exactly what I was going for, but I'm not going to argue against that. This is Elder Mania, and he is holding a holy symbol of Vildier, the Cardinal Martyr. They're an Imperial Lord. Their edicts, Carl, are sacrifice yourself in pursuit of good, champion noble causes, and scar your body. Anathema is to joke or laugh about injustice, sacrifice others in your place, or indulge in luxury.
Oh, this guy will not like me.
Oh God, he would definitely not like Gavlon.
Yes, but what is more important to this guy? I see a 27 society. Does anyone else want to roll society? That gets you one piece of information, but there's more to
I have a
gain.
0 in society, so I think I'll pass on that.
Hey, Zeros. Let's
Okay.
go.
So the two important things to know about the Freebirds. As you've been perusing the documents, you might have picked up on these things. But the Freebirds used to be led by a Tengu and his two friends, but it used to be entirely Tengu based. Which may surprise you how many Tengus are in a prison in Taldor.
How many Tengus are in a prison in Taldor?
They've grown from 400 Tengu to about 2,000 members.
Oh, that's a lot of Tengu.
And fun fact, Shadow, people, due to the nature of this prison basically being a society for the criminals of the society, people are born in this prison. They do not get to leave this prison because they are born in it. Meaning people quite often are raised into this hellhole.
Cool.
And
No, it's not cool.
yeah, it's
Not cool.
This is the son of the first leader of the Freebirds. Please, let me double check that. Yes, the son of the leader of the Freebirds. The original leader. And Zeros, the history as to why there is currently a council of leaders with the Freebird is the son currently got the mantle of leadership due to how the prison was originally designed, or the prison gang was originally designed to work, when he was 4, after his father was brutally murdered, because that happens a lot here. And he trusted his father's, allies, which was a good decision. Elder Mondia recommended they open up their gang to not just the Tengu, but other people who want freedom. And his ally, who is this is Thondia, a lizard folk monk.
Nice.
I will point out that Tengu and lizard folk live longer than humans, and they've all been in. The lizard folk and Tengu that Elder Mondia were friends with, they all got in here at the same time.
Makes sense.
Which was
Tengu
about 40
lived for
years ago.
5 years.
So both these guys have been in here for about 40 years. The warden was not always the only warden of this place, but the prison has not changed culturally between the two wardens. It's only gotten worse. Those are the players, and Elder Mondia is the person who's got the mark. So you want to pound out more specifics with this guy and the other members of the council, probably a good idea, but I'll let you proceed from here on how you want to approach these people. Well, not all at once, everyone.
I know. I'm waiting.
For what?
for you
To do what?
You're the leader.
to speak.
Gamelon's still not used to being in
It's-
charge.
I know, and it's kind of funny. It's like everybody's staring at him, and he's like, "What?"
Good.
We're here to hash out the details.
I thought we-
sir." It's like
I thought we
kicked our
agreed.
head in the game.
Elder Mondia says, "Oh,
no,
no, understandable. We did agree to terms on what we need to do. However,
Are-
I'm certain you newbies to the prison don't know too much about the other factions. So, I do have answers to most, if not all, of the questions you have.
Well, I know a bit, mainly because Matt explained it.
Cade explained that,
I
but
guess it would be for the other people.
I also, you know, any questions you have about any of us as well.
Fly?
What?
Can you fly?
The Tengu looks at you and, he says, ugh, I mean, I do have the ability, but it's been years since we've been allowed to fly in this place.
Sorry, you're like the third Tengu I've ever met.
Really? Oh, so you've also been raised in this continent, huh?
Yep.
Yes, our ancestral homes are in, Tien, but it's good to meet another person who's lived their whole life in the Inner Sea region.
Yeah. Of course, I legally learned I'm like royalty or something, but that's not important.
And I've technically only lived in a prison, so yeah, not really gonna judge either of us based upon our knowledge of the Inner Sea, huh?
Unlike you and I.
Yeah,
Shouts
I
raising
think we
his-
might get along swimmingly.
You, born in prison, me, royalty.
I mean, being
Two sides.
the two sides of the same coin, indeed.
Anyone else got anything?
Yeah, Shouts just been raising his hand, like just letting you guys finish, but letting him know it's like got a question. So about the flying situation, just so that we're well aware, in case someone wants to take a leap off the edge.
No
in order
fly.
to- Yes, no flying, but that doesn't mean gliding, Gavelon. I.e., if you were to want to go ahead and leap off the fifth
Daiki
story
says,
and quickly make your way
no,
down
it
to
does
Earth,
include gliding. Anything like flying or falling slightly slower.
Does
Anything that
my
will require us to spread our wings.
do
The
my
anti-magic
hollow bones work?
zones. Oh yeah, no. I've not taken any damage from falling my entire life. That still works. But we can't really spread our wings. The anti-magic zone here does more than just affect our magical ability to fly, but it clips our wings in the process. Now, if something were to happen to that anti-magic zone, it would give us the ability to fly, if only temporarily. But it's not like there's anything remotely possible of doing that. And as he says that, you just hear this large crash, and
Boom.
the anti-magic zone shifts a bit. In particular, you know of two potential powerhouses on the floor above you. And it sounds like there's a fight of powerhouses going on the floor above you.
Sounds like someone just got slammed into one of the generators.
Well, the thing is, it's not a generator. This is a particularly well-maintained magical field. Theoretically speaking, only one person needs to operate it at any time. So only one of the members of the mana control tribe needs to actually be alive for this whole thing to work. But it took years to develop. So while Daiki couldn't fly, his father could. Essentially, they've been getting rid of problems prisoners have been able to exploit for the longest time, but it takes a while to fix every flaw in a prison. I mean, it would take less time if they took away your weapons and your gears and, like, made you unable to use verbal components. But yeah, they didn't do that.
Because they were dumb.
No, because they want to build an army out of you.
That's funny. Anyways.
And Elder Mondia would say, I should mention, we're not the biggest fan of the other prison gangs either. I mean, if we were the biggest fan of the other gangs, what would be the point of us existing separately to begin with?
Good question.
Free agency?
Well, yes, but if we agreed with them, why would we want to be actively free from working with them?
Friendly
Just
competition.
because you agree with someone doesn't mean you see eye to eye on the subject.
I
Well,
think you are pretty wise to what the going-ons with one of the groups. Tell me, what do you know about the various groups of the prison? And the elder pulls out a cigarette and, lights a match and, gives himself a light.
Well, there's old dudes who like to kill people.
There's two groups that are particularly trigger happy.
These are the most trigger happy.
Yes, the Hell's Wrath, led by a man by the name of Ricardo Levos Maximus. Yes, all tiefling gang. A remarkable amount of them have been born into this place. Easier to have been molded, but a bit too well molded. Warden's not the biggest fan of them either. But tieflings aren't exactly the, easiest group to deal with when it comes to the gangs here. So, one of the worst concerns is if that rumbling makes it so you all can suddenly fly, that means those tieflings can too.
Would they even know how to if they've been stuck there their whole lives?
That is a good question. However, that's no reason why we should probably gain more than just our own air superiority if that happens. Given how long did it take you to learn how to fly, Mr. Polero?
About 12 levels.
I see. Someone pushed you off building? And you learned pretty quickly.
Sure, let's go with that.
Well,
I sort of did it as a part of a trust exercise.
Oh. Yes. That is a hard thing to build in this environment. Trust.
Yeah, and like I said, yes, trust.
Were you
So,
staring at me when you said that?
I said so, yes.
so tell us, young ones, what brought you to
Just
this prison to begin with?
We are looking for someone.
Looking for who exactly?
The Emperor of Kaldor?
What did the Emperor of Taldor do to get imprisoned in the most notorious prison in his own kingdom?
Lost his leg.
That doesn't seem like a crime.
You're right.
Huh. Well, maybe, Aaron might have a point. Unfortunately, a lot of the members of the Freebirds have been in prison for crimes. Myself and Daiki's father and our good friend Bondi all were in prison for trying to rob a bank about 40 years ago. So we didn't hold much claim to the Hell's Rebels' claims of innocence.
Okay.
Are you positive he didn't get charged with corruption or anything?
Him? Probably not.
I mean, knowing him, last time we saw him, he was getting his legs chopped off, and the next thing we heard was he was on a boat headed here. And I'm assuming under false arrest.
You seem confident in him being arrested without any charges. I'm not sure why you're so confident. How well
Because
do you
last
know the guy?
he thought he was.
Concerned the fact he technically led our group the
Also,
entire time
Emperor.
until he decided to up and disappear. Yeah, no protocol.
Emperors tend not to break laws that they decide what the laws are.
Yes, but getting laws passed in Taldor last time I checked was hell. It's good to see that it's good to see that Princess Headbutt has had children though.
And I have no idea who that is, but yeah.
What do you mean? The last person to win the War of the Crown for about 2 years before we were imprisoned?
Just the sound of wind.
Anyone else wanna think
Society
about that?
check, yes, please. Like, I'm imagining this is
do you need
Aurora's.
a society? This is not
I
Aurora's
imagine this is
ancestor. No.
no,
Remember,
like this.
Aurora's family took over after she mysteriously died. Emperor
Yeah,
Theodosa, is that her name? Ah, gosh, can't remember. It's part of the
that's
reason
why
why I don't have her as Aurora's ancestor, to be honest.
yeah, it's just literally why I'm just doing a society check so I know the lineage of the royal family lines. I see it too, so it's like, yeah, you've been removed from like 2 or 3 takeovers, that kind of thing.
Only
So,
one.
I shouldn't be
oh,
expecting.
I know shit.
Yeah, apparently that is Aurora's great grandmother.
It's
Anyone
just
else want to try and roll a non-nat 1 and above a 15 on a society check?
The odds not in my favor, but I'll try it.
Ah, yes, there we go. Zeros. Yeah, so Aurora's family took over about 4 years after that person took over because their rule was very short because Taldor is not the it's not the most female ruler friendly nation. To be fair, it is based off of the old Roman of uh, Pater Familias, because this is Rome. Oh, yeah, Keat. Yeah, when I say not the friendliest, I mean people in Taldor were so against having a female emperor that they literally started a war within 4 years.
Babe.
No, Roman, because Pater Familias, head of the household, is a woman. That's not right. Yeah.
Learning to read. What's next? Women voting.
So, fun fact: women in
uh,
Taldor can hold political office, but emperor is emperor, and empress is not good enough. It's the concept that people in Taldor put so much stake into the oldest male in their family, having so much say in their family's everyday choices, that having a female emperor is a bit too far for some of the more extreme factions of the Taldane, of Taldor's more conservative noblemen.
Okay.
But there were very avid supporters of Princess Eutropia. Eutropia, that's it. Did not look it up. I literally just remembered. One of them was a former leader of a Pathfinder Society faction. Glinda. No, it's Gloriana Moreno. And there was also the Pathfinder Society as a whole who helped her gain power. Ultimately, this is one of the reasons why the Pathfinder Society's power has been waning, because of that political shenanigans they pulled a few decades back. People don't really trust scholars who try and take over nations' power systems.
But that's like the main job of a scholar.
Yeah. Well, anyways, do any of you want to tell this poor man how much history he's missed?
If he rolled it, Zeros.
Gavlon also knows. He rolled a nat 20.
Oh yeah, Gavlon as well. Yeah, either of you.
I'll go ahead
I-
and inform him of it.
Okay.
It's like
How do you want to
I
tell
just want
this
Zeros
man
to
he's
say the
missed
rest,
40 years of very world-changing history?
Well, I assume he already knows that.
yeah. No, he's
Based on
been
the
40
fact
years removed, dude.
Yeah.
he's been in prison for 40 years. I think he knows that he's 40 years out of date.
Well, yeah, but
The
update him.
person, the Empress, Empress Eutropia took over 2 years before he was in prison. Her
Hey, remember
dynasty was. Go ahead.
What did you think of that Empress?
Well, Empress Eutropia was very. She had her enemies, but we liked her allies, and we liked her. She seemed pretty good head on her shoulder.
But I have some bad news for you.
Oh. Oh, well, what exactly is this bad news?
She's dead.
Oh. Huh. Well, hopefully her lineage is still in charge.
That is her lead to charge.
The answer is no.
No, not at all. 0%.
Wait, really? Who's in charge? What's the name of the family?
Montesquieu.
Oh, even better.
How did I remember that?
It's almost like we constantly use Aurora's last name, unlike a lot of other people's last names.
Who's Aurora?
Yes. Matt's wife.
Montesquieu, huh?
Matt's wife and
Yep.
the Empress of Taldor,
Yep.
sir.
The Montesquieu family was very noble. The fact is, do you know any more about the history of Montesquieu? Is fun fact, Zeros. That's a new addition to this campaign's timeline. The Montesquieu family was no way in existence in the original version of this whole setting. So, that's new.
Yeah, they appeared in Shadow of Corleone.
Yep. But Gavilan, I guess you did roll a nat 20, so that gives you basically a 30 on that check. The big piece of information of how the Montesquieu family took over is they actually were one of the allies of the Eutropian dynasty, but Princess Eutropia was the only remaining member of the dynasty. So they rallied around keeping the current dynasty going, but they took over the ruling over the nation because there was no one to replace Eutropia in their knowledge. They knew of no legitimate heir to Eutropia's throne, so they took it because they led the nation through that crisis, and people thought they would make good leaders.
Okay.
However, based upon previous knowledge you've learned, the warden is actually an illegitimate daughter of Princess Eutropia.
I thought the warden was an illegitimate sister to the Empress.
No.
Oh, hell no.
No, because Aurora's mother had one child that is like, well, I guess I can go on one last adventure, then died.
Have you heard there's a rumor in Petersburg?
What?
Have you heard there's a rumor in St. Petersburg?
No. So he says, well, the
Uh,
Montesquieu family's in charge. That's good. Maybe they'll start reforming the prison.
Well, been about several decades since then, so maybe not.
Well, I
and they
mean,
probably also don't know that shit's going south here, so
yeah, that's fair. They sort of throw the worst criminals in these cells and expect them to deal with each other.
fair enough.
All that
Uh,
being said, now I feel like maybe a personal apology to Aaron, because I did assume he was legitimately in here for the crimes he committed, would be well overdue. And he pulls out a box and he's like, I've got these. I had these ordered about 5 years ago. Uh, they're Aaron's particular favorite. And he opens it up and it's a box of cigars. And Kate's like, Aaron's only been here for 2 years. He's like, they're my favorite too.
that's funny.
That's quick.
The coincidence. Hang on, wait a minute. Are there more than just that manufacturer?
What are you asking about them?
If there's actually more than just the one manufacturer of cigars, because it's kind of hard to have a favorite if there's only one available.
No, there's many types of
Okay.
manufacturers because there's many different types of cigars.
Yeah,
You've got
that's
your
why I was wanting to double
tobacco
check.
cigars, you've got Pesh cigars, you've got tons of different cigars. These happen to be a mixture of tobacco and Pesh.
Ah, interesting.
In particular, you can roll a crafting check to find out more about this particular mixture.
Ooh, the first time I get to roll a crafting check with my new mastery, and I rolled a fucking 3.
To be honest, this is something that an untrained person can know about. These are very famous cigars. The fact that they're in here and have not been confiscated is a very tantamount point to how powerful these guys were. Or are.
Mm-hmm.
So a 20 is just... you needed an 18.
Means I technically could have not won and still
No,
got.
because if you nat 1 and
Well,
got
yeah,
it...
no, I would have had to
Yeah.
nat 2 or because
Yeah,
otherwise it would have dropped.
Well,
into a failure.
these are a very unique blend. The Pesh isn't from Katapesh, which is interesting, but rather it's Thessalonian Pesh. And the tobacco is Tien grown tobacco.
The infamous union of Tien and Thessalonia.
Tien Square.
Where in Tien? Minkai tobacco. The unique feeling of these cigars is that you are... If you take time to smoke one of these, which currently these are not something he would want you to partake in. This is a sorry gift to Aaron. But
Yeah.
if you ever find these, they're pretty expensive, but they have a unique benefit of... It takes about a minute to smoke one of them, but it'll give you a quickened ability you can use to use a concentrate action or to move. For about a minute. So a minute to use it and a minute worth of usage. They're very unique tools, so to say. Now, here's another fun fact, a quiz for the people who were here yesterday. Do you guys remember where Aaron's cell is?
Well,
Fun
we
fact,
started.
Alvura threw a fireball in it.
Oh, it's in the center area.
Yeah, you got a long way back to travel. And, once you exit the doors here, you're rolling initiative. Whether or not you stumble across anything is debatable, but every time you leave a safe zone, or a non occupied green guard zone, you are rolling initiative.
Okay.
That is a journey that requires you to go through quite a significant amount of territory.
Yes, it
And
does.
these conversations have gotten you to about 5 hours since you've last gotten a full night's sleep. Oh, you're actually rolling initiative. Cool. Everyone roll initiative.
Nope. Shite. Man.
Also, Gurkful, where are you?
I'm right here.
You're in the wrong room, essentially.
Oh,
Also,
Okay.
marching
And then
order
I need
as
to
well. What's your marching order?
Oh, I didn't
need
click
to
my token for
readjust
that. My
that to
bad.
35 since that was the original.
If you want to click your token, roll it again. I'll just change it to 35. Unless you get something higher. You can keep it if it's higher.
You change yourself.
Yep, so we'll put you to 35.
I'm trying to put mine to 35. Give me a sec. Up there. Up. Why?
So
Why?
another thing I will mention, the safe zone, and basically, your groups will converge again in the safe zone, but think of the people not in this current group as being in the safe zone until they split off to do their own thing. I can keep this solid enough to, there's not too much zone to cover in zone 1, so one of you, if you sign up for both sessions next week, or if you sign up for a different day with different people, I can take care of that. I have ways. But basically, the safe zone, they're going to be here until they take action next. Yada yada, that whole thing. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. Now a good marching order for everyone. Currently, your group consists of Gavilan, Reeve, Shadow, Gurkfall, and Graves.
Okay, who's the tank in front?
Probably one of these are 2x2 corridors most of the time, so probably 2 people in front.
I should probably be in front, unless you want to step on all the traps for me.
Touche.
So, on the first 6 squares here, align yourself how you want to be aligned.
So who just moved forward? That
So,
is Graves?
you know what? Let me,
Okay.
first would be here, Reeve.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and then Gavilan, Gurkfall, how do you want to arrange yourself with the rest of these guys?
Yeah. Is that it?
Question.
One tank in the front, one tank in the back, Chopper in the front,
Alright.
everybody else in the middle.
Yeah, you're on top of someone. Yep, there we go. So, let me tell you where you get before you run into anything.
Oh, excuse me.
So you guys would get to about here, and I'd want a perception check from anyone who is searching, or if you have Trap Finder.
So, i.e., right about here
Yep.
is the front line. Okay.
Oh, also, fun fact: need your exploration activities. Graves is scouting, by the way, so +1 steer. Oh wait, nope, that's not effective here. Graves will search.
Okay, we'll move everybody into position.
So, exploration activities, if
Yeah.
you will.
I will keep a lookout.
I forgot what the Bardy thing is. Would only play like a tune or something?
You can maintain a focus spell, yes. But I will also point out, Shadow, that keeping a lookout and using your stealth so you can use that for initiative are different.
Okay, so yeah, in other words, just use stealth. Fuck it.
Yep. Okay. So, fun fact, you're not sure who set this up, but either way, no one told you about it. There's a adamantine spike pit right there.
Adamantine's worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's what got a lot of people killed in Vietnam too, Keith.
I didn't know that the
Ex-
Vietnamese had adamantine.
No, the bamboo
No,
shoots, people would try and take those as souvenirs and fall in. Yeah.
also, yeah, and the worst part is most of those were also spiked on with shit. So you
Yup.
also get an infection from it.
If you
Oh,
And
survive
most
the
people
initial impact.
exactly.
So, you're good to advance to about here. And then I need to roll some things.
No.
Unfortunately, you guys happened to
Ping-
exit when
ping-
guards were making their
again.
round.
Ping again.
Right here. This is the furthest you can get to before I
So,
start
right
rolling.
here?
So, yep.
Okay. I will move everybody. I have y'all.
So, fun fact. Hey, Gavilan, you can fly again.
Oh, why?
That fight going on seems to have ended, and the anti-magic zone seems to allow you to fly again.
Also, we can teleport and do all that stuff.
You can use dim door, but you can't leave the prison. That's still in effect. I mean, it's in effect for other reasons too, because if you leave the prison, you know, disintegration is fun. Anyways,
The fuck is that?
the fuck is what?
I hear music.
Yeah,
Yup.
it's yep.
Oh.
So, would you, since, you know, some of you are sneaking your way through this place, I will give Shadow a society check, unless you're also...
Give me a moment. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this down. There it is.
Unless you're also avoiding notice, Zeros.
Now I can hear you. Wow, that was loud.
Are
You
you
said,
avoiding? Are
society?
you also avoiding notice, Zeros?
Yep, that's the idea.
Okay, in that case, you can also make me a society check for free. Figure out what the composition of this group is. So, I see
That's
very
not.
good society roll.
That's not
So,
concerning name at all.
fun fact.
Oh, yeah. They didn't get an explanation of all the different enemy groups.
Yeah. So, out of the current enemy groups here, you have 2 of the riot control unit, which are tyrants. They have a fun little game where they play do you want damage or damage with their reactions. They're annoying. Then you have that one in the back that I accidentally shift Z'd is a halfling. They're particularly known for using deadly poisons on their weapons to help smoothen out prisoners that are getting uppity. And the riot killers are technically members of the Church of Akachek. So do with that what you will.
Ew.
Check is who again?
Red Mantis. Remember those
Yeah,
people?
these
Oh,
aren't
fuck. Got
these
it.
aren't very powerful Red Mantis assassins. They're still Red Mantis assassins.
Great.
So this one's going first.
I cannot take this scene seriously with that music
I will.
playing.
I will also point out another important thing. That
Yes.
is a you remember the poison, the warden's poison?
Yep.
That's
The
another
war
one of those.
we made for the poison. The
That's
warden's poison.
another warden poison bomb trap. That square right there is the reason why you stop no further than there, because you would have found that. It's a two successes or one crit success to get rid of DC 33 thievery check. Not that that's going to be much of a choice. Well, maybe. So let's see. We've got the move to a place where they can see it, one action, and this is also one of those things where they have to get the DC of the, disarm in order to actually hit it. And that's a miss. And that's also a miss. So, congratulations. You have not had it surprise, bro. You've not had the surprise bomb go off on you yet. Gavilon, your turn.
Alright, well, let's do the stuff. We're fighting.
Yep, we're
Performance.
fighting. Yeah, yep.
Phosphorus.
Plus wars.
Here for courage and defense. And
Yep.
then where are we?
Courage, defense, heroics. Yep.
I'm not sure if I can shoot anyone from this angle.
You also might want to get away from that very dangerous trap.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna step back.
Oh no, this team. This is how we know we're in hell. We're reliving Final Fantasy 13.
Yes. Oh, by the way, another way you can disarm this trap after it's started, it's a magical poison too. You can dispel the cloud that comes out of it. Also, a gust of wind spell will dissipate it.
Well, we don't have that.
Yeah, and it's a 3rd level dispel magic necessary for dispelling it.
If
So
only I had gotten that gas mask.
speaking of which, hey Shadow, how's your fort save?
I mean, it depends. What am I getting hit with?
Free action mark. Yeah, you've been marked for death. Oh, you're not needing to make that save yet, buddy.
Oh, okay.
28 does not hit you. No, that's
Hell
not...
no.
No, that is the right thing. Well, that's their turn, because they tried to assassinate you.
This guy is now within my punching range.
Yes, but do you also want to be
Crack
within
knuckles.
range of that poison trap?
Do we know the range of the poison trap?
It burst into 4 squares and will expand until it can't expand any further, or is dissipated. It doubles each turn. Not each turn, sorry. It doubles each time a new player starts the round. So you might also want to let your rogue start disarming that before someone triggers it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's no duh. Like, I'm gonna let him, but I also have to make sure the rope doesn't go down beforehand. So
Yep.
uh, well, I'm not gonna go ahead and waste my time on Dragon Claws right now. Let's be honest. That's just waste of time and such.
Yes.
and, like,
Also,
ammo.
refocusing takes 10 minutes, and Riot Mechanic doesn't always give you time for that.
Exactly. So instead, hi, I'm gonna go ahead and bite you. Or not.
Yeah.
Redo.
Fun fact. Oh yes, I would use a hero point because they have a reaction to that.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Uh,
There we go. That's better.
yes. But what do you mean you know? It's not a common thing.
No. I know that they probably have something up their sleeve, and I know sticking with a nat 1 is gonna hurt.
Yeah, they have fun fact, this rogue is part rogue, part assassin, and part swashbuckler. Do with that
And
what you will.
100% hell.
Yup. Reeve. Very dangerous trap in front of you.
I
Oh,
still
right.
have 2 actions. though.
Yes, you do. I forgot. You swung once. Sorry.
Yeah, I swung once. I swing twice.
That's a miss.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, with the pluses. Never mind.
Yeah, plus 431.
Oh, wow. Minimum damage.
I know, it sucks. But, anyways.
Ray shield? I don't know. What are you going to do?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's probably my best idea. Because
So,
otherwise, I'm going to probably take an attack of opportunity from this asshole, and it's gonna hurt.
no, they have opportune riposte. That's different. Anyways, Zeros, there is a very dangerous trap in front of you.
So I have 2 options. Either I step back and take aim at the trap, or I try to disable it.
It's one of those warden bombs. You know, the poisonous gas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And because the other stealthy person decided to engage in melee combat next to the trap, oh, lovely.
It also expands really quickly, so disabling it before it's activated is best cause.
Yeah, let's try and do that. Let's spend a
That,
hero point and try and not fail to do that.
yes.
Wow.
So it's not a critical failure. So you don't gain any progress, but you don't lose any. How many actions does it take for you to try and disarm a trap at this level?
My sheet doesn't say under actions how many it is because it's not listed
Yeah,
under
this
my
is one
actions.
of those, you either get it quickly or you don't, so you can take 2 more swings at it. Yep,
There
first
we
one
go.
success. You need 1 more success to completely disarm it. However, the activation of it is a bit harder, so... There we go.
Okay. Yeah, I disarmed the
So,
trap.
yes, you find out a bit more about the trap too. It's a glyph of warding with a teleport spell. So it's not necessarily there's a bomb underneath the plate, but rather a bomb is teleported with the plate being stepped on. Fun fact, and that's your turn. So this one is gonna, take an action to move up here. And then we are going to take a swing at Zeros. 31 versus your AC is not enough because Bard save. And
You know what?
Yep,
Plus-
my base AC is 31, so because of the Bardic effect, that's a miss.
And then its final action is going to be, hey Carl, it glares at you. What is your will DC? It's higher than a 27, right?
Yeah, it's higher than 27. Will DC is a 28.
Ooh, boy. Okay, you're frightened too.
Okay, let me go ahead and add that to my sheet.
And if it rolls a 14 or higher, you have to roll a death save. Because these things have scare to death.
Oh, you have. Oh, you.
Does my thing help with saves?
Yes, it does, but it doesn't help with scare to deaths because it's not a save roll, it's a will DC.
Okay.
Yeah. It gives a +3 bonus to saving throws, but not a +3 bonus to the DC. Weird, I know. And then what do they have? Oh, right. So Carl, what's your reflex DC? Is it higher than a 34?
Actually, Matt, I just reread it. What's the crit fail?
Frightened 3 and
Because
a fort save. Or will save, actually. Let me make sure.
Yeah, because I just. Oh wait, no, never mind. The reason why is because the frightened condition dropped it. Never mind.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
it's...
I didn't realize that the DCs were dropped because it wasn't 18, and then I added the frightened. And then I looked back, I'm like, it's now 16.
Yeah,
Is that normal?
no. Yeah,
Okay.
no. This is these are dangerous enemies, even though they have some
Yeah.
tools. But what's your reflex DC, Carl?
With the frightened, 28.
Okay, so it tumbles
Without it would have been
through
30.
and gets behind you. And then it's going to scare to death you too.
Ooh.
Well, you don't gain any more frightened. And
Wait.
it has one final action, so it'll try and attack you, Carl.
Here's the thing though. My DC's now 26 because of the 2 frightened. So when I get 2
Yeah,
more.
you wouldn't get 2 more. No, they don't stack.
Okay. Okay. Got
But
it. I was just like double checking.
so 40 versus your AC with frightened and Bard Song. Is that a crit or a
That
regular hit?
the maximum with the everything would have been a 39, so it would have hit even without frightened.
Oh, cool. So 18 slashing. And Gurkfall.
Alright. Oh, there's a dude right in front of me. How did that happen?
These full plate wearers tumbled through another full plate wearer.
Well,
Yes.
I mean, considering it's asking for it. Okay, what should I use?
Yeah, my health bar's glitched.
I'm just gonna go for a vampiric touch, I think.
Okay, cool.
Alright.
It'll roll a fort save. What's the DC?
DC is 30.
Oh, congratulations. It fails. Now, bow.
I'll be
Yeah.
back in a moment.
Now, Gurkval, bow. Do you
Uh,
choose to bow to a worshiper of Asmodeus or stand and take persistent mental damage? What would
I don't
Gurkval
think
do?
Gurgle's gonna bow to any Asmodeus worshiper. Even though it's probably.
Congratulations! 4d6 persistent mental damage with a DC 10 flat check.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
I am.
4d6
I mean, I was
plus.
gonna say I am going prone.
Then you'd get opt.
Yep.
It's a free action. Okay, cool. It's a free action to go prone. It does trigger an op, and it would not be disrupted by the op. So.
Oh wait, no, I don't want to do that because I
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
smack him.
It's lose.
No, wait, no, I want to attack him is the problem. So
Well,
that...
you've already gotten your vampiric touch off. It took damage, so
Yeah.
I just need you to roll the damage.
No, I
Stakes
just
it
want
in full.
to. I want to smack. I want to.
Okay,
just
but I
smack
still
him
need
so
you to
like-
roll the damage for the vampiric touch. Well,
Right. So it'd be 12d6, I think.
yep.
Yeah, 12d6. Hmm. Plus 12. So
57.
yeah, 57 divided by 2 is how much Jeopardy points I get.
It's
7 divided by
26.
Yeah.
Or wait, no, it's
No, it'd be
28. 29.
29. It's 29.
And then I'm just gonna use. Then I'm going to attack him.
Cool.
Which that would give me how much damage?
That misses.
Oh, yay!
And Graves' turn. Do I even have a sheet up? Yes, I do. We'll rage and power attack the guy next to Graves. And with Bard songs, I think
30.
that's
That's
a
31.
31. And that's a miss. Barely. Wow. And that's all Graves' actions. The first one's turn.
Remember your +4s.
Yeah, he did. Apparently, he has a 32 or higher AC.
Just 10.
This one is heading south. They're not saying anything. They're just heading south somewhere. Fun fact, those things, that's not it running away, but rather it not seeing any good position for itself. So it's not oh, it's met its morale condition to flee. It's a tactical retreat, believe it or not. Gavilan.
Well, my stuff is still in effect. So, oh, I'm far from everyone. I'm going to do a phantasmal killer on the closest one.
Okay, will save.
Well, can I
Sorry,
hear
my
a
dude.
will?
No, you can't.
Let's see what hero points deck gives you all today. How many hero points do you have, Gavilan?
I don't remember. Let's just say 3.
Okay. Because villain points are a unique thing.
What's a villain point?
You can force someone to reroll. It's a misfortune effect.
I forced them to reroll.
Well, you don't know if the hero point deck is a fun thing I'm making. That is going to have a bunch of unique abilities on top of the typical hero point thing.
Uh-huh.
I need to recall all, and then deal. I recall all. They're already in the deck, I guess. I'm just gonna try and deal them to Keat now. There we go. Okay. Deal 3 to. So, what do you have? What are the pictures you have there? I'm gonna try to say all players now. There we go.
Mine.
Oh.
Yeah, I
You say
accidentally
all
gave
players
you
come through.
6. Yeah, so.
I have a Matt, a sexy man, a Graves, a woman with a giant blue scrunchie, and a Path To Nihil.
Why can't I see, what your deck consists of?
I have no idea.
Show.
Like, I cannot see anything. Yeah, but I'm like, I could generally see what they are.
I this is being weird. Because typically I can what's the woman with the blue scrunchie will look like, Keat?
Well, it's kind of small, but she's blue.
Oh, that's Aquanai.
Scrunchy.
Card.
Says I have 6 cards, but I only see 5.
You probably
Yeah,
have
one of
duplicate.
them is just the generic hero point.
Yeah, but I see only. I'm assuming that's the Path to Nihil one.
Yes.
I only see 5 images.
You yeah, and can you share your screen so I see what you guys have? Because I am having issues.
If you give me a moment.
Yep.
You want everybody to show theirs?
They should also have names. Do they not have names?
I don't know how to tell.
Oh, you can click on one of the cards and it should pop it up.
It just pops up the big image. It doesn't say a name or
Oh,
anything.
if you look down at the bottom, it shows something dot pong.
I see Amazon AWS.
Yeah.
Why don't you oh, now I can see all of your cards except for I can't see Keats for some reason. Maybe that's because he's in it.
Oh, let me try getting out of it.
Oh, but Reeve and Shadow could sacrifice a hero point for you, because actually Shadow has an Alec and a Sven, so he could use that as a villain point. Alec is not necessarily a villain in the world's eyes, but he's not your friend.
Yes. No.
At least
What
not
was the
all
other
of
one?
your
What was
friends.
the other one though? It's like
Uh,
yeah, I got
you
Alec
have
is the guy with the halberd or the
the
huge
guy
axe
with the
thing, and
axe on
it's Sven.
fire.
That's Alec,
No,
or
the
is
one
that
on the
Sven?
left is Alec. The one on the right is Sven.
Yeah, and then the one in the middle is who? Oh, let's see, it's a rapier and what looks like a blue tunic.
No, the one in the middle is Mimi.
Oh. That's nice.
Me.
Me, 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 me.
Yeah, I'm gonna reshuffle these and redeal them now that I know it'll work. So, all players. There we go.
I also have 3 and don't have. Oh, that's funny. I have one that's just blank, and then I have the royal couple. That's funny.
That's not Matt.
I thought that was
That's
Matt.
Atalanta.
Oh, okay. It
Technically,
looks
you
like
could.
Matt's old. It looks like Matt's old design is why I said
Yes,
that.
Atalanta is
From where
actually
I'm
one
sitting.
of the fun hero point decks I've already got planned out. It's like
Nice.
you can basically use it as a double fortune or a double misfortune effect. Your choice.
So, what are
Well,
my 3 that you dealt me? I know I had Nihil in my deck before.
Nihil would have been a villain point, but currently you have Alec. That could also be used as a misfortune effect on an enemy. Glinda can allow you to roll a hero point and roll twice on any check related to intel or gathering intel. And the Yuri you have is Yuri Greenwood, the innkeeper back from a town you've not visited yet, but it allows you to re-roll twice on an attack check and take the better result using a hero point. Those
Advantage.
are defined at the moment, but currently we are deciphering whether or not I still can't see Keats or Lewis
Alright,
or Light Pains.
I will deal them. That's what I got.
That'll work.
Yeah, you can so you can let me see. Yes.
Oh, you have the rare Alvura card.
So if you want to take those cards back, Melody has an interesting effect, but it revolves around lying to people. You right click and then say yep. And Alvura and the other one is Agate. So Shadow, do you want to sacrifice your Atalanta to potentially take out an entire guard in one blow?
You know what? Shite. How the fuck do you do this? Click drag? There we go.
Yep.
Click drag.
And then let me recall on table, and he will re-roll that now. Yes, when I said I was working on a hero point deck, I want hero points to be more fun, which is probably to my detriment, but also
I do like the images. It may be wise to put what they
Oh
do.
my god, he nat one.
yeah,
Die!
I'm working on transcribing all of that.
This guy's
Die!
Die, bitch, die.
The fortitude save is also so it takes 12d6 mental damage. Or wait, what level is it? It's a 5th level one, so that's 3d6 on a crit. That's 18d6 mental damage. Can you roll those d6, Gavilan?
18d6.
Yep. At least I think that's right. No, it's only 15d6. Unless it's a 6th level one. Are you using a 6th level one?
Sure, why not? 18d6 rolled.
61. And it is frightened 3. Frightened 4. You've met its morale condition.
What's that mean?
I'm gonna flee now.
Depends upon the target. This one is a interesting morale condition. I need people within 5 feet to make a fortitude save.
Oh no.
Of where?
Within 5 feet of this one, so Gurkfall, Graves, Shadow, and
Everybody
Reeve.
but Gavilan. Fort save?
Fort save.
Touch me, please.
Lovely.
It's like, please try.
So DC is based off its spell DC, which is a well, it would help if I'd filled this out.
Is it less than a
It's a
29 to
30.
crit succeed?
It's
Oh, it's a 30? Oh, okay, yeah, I almost double crit succeed.
So, it's not too bad. It removes itself. And in particular, if you failed, you take 33 points of damage. If you succeeded, you take nothing. It's pass-fail.
What exactly is going on?
It blew itself up in an explosion of negative energy, so Gurkfall doesn't really have to roll a fort save here.
I'm that scary.
Oh,
that
it's
you...
negative energy? I don't
Negative
take damage
energy.
from that.
You have negative healing?
No. Negative energy doesn't affect people who aren't good aligned, right?
No, that's evil. Negative is what you use to heal if you're undead, or damage if you're living.
Oh, okay. So it deals 33. Got it.
Essentially, it's corrupting touch, but used in an AoE by killing itself. Fun fact, it can do basically nothing or a hell of a lot. If you get it past Frightened 3, they'll blow themselves up. Dealing half their remaining health to you on a failure and nothing on a success.
So that thing had 120-ish health?
No, 33, so it had 66 left.
Yeah, I know. At 66, plus my 61, so it came with over 100 health.
Yep, it has about 184.
All right.
So they could do basically nothing or a whole lot. Depends on how
Well,
well you scare them.
everyone, I didn't know I was so scary I make things explode.
Also, for some reason, it changed the name of this because I misclicked. So, Gavilan, right after you, it's, the Riot Killer. They're gonna try and assassinate Carl again. Does that hit you, Carl?
That only hits me because of my frightened condition. Also, apparently, when you're frightened, your shield becomes the same as your AC.
No, it should still be 2 higher.
Yeah, it's glitching out and it says
So
31
it
and
still
31.
hits you with
That's
your
how you
shield
wanna play
raised?
through it. Yeah. Otherwise, it would tie if I weren't frightened too.
Okay, cool. So, on top of that, you have the 2 layers of, or technically, yeah, 2 layers of precision damage. So that's 18 piercing, 41 precision.
Okay, hang
And
on.
I need a fort save.
Let me do my thing real quick. I.e., type in those. Give me a moment. Okay.
Carl, this is a save or die fort save, by the way. It's an assassinate.
Let me at least drop my health.
Yep.
Because fuck if I die. Oh god. Someone's gonna get pissed off at all you, and it's not
This is
gonna
only
be
the
fun.
first.
What's the DC?
29.
Thank God! Abishola isn't gonna get a fucking your boyfriend just died.
There is a downside to it, though. You're enfeebled 1. Your turn, Shadow.
Let me just add an enfeebled 1 real quick. Why does everybody hate the paladin? Like, god damn it.
Well, you're a paladin of a enemy of the deity of Akachek, so yeah.
You know what? This guy's pissing me off. This guy's pissing me off. I'm gonna take a bite off him again.
Cool.
Because at this point, it's just like, fucking bite this bitch's face off,
Well,
please.
I will like to point out that is a crit. I would also like to point out that you have immunity to assassinate for a day now. Not the additional
Yay.
precision damage, but you can't immediately die from it.
Thank God.
So that's a crit. What's your next move? Technically, that's a crit because of Bard. So thank you, Bard.
Let's see. We need to do. Yeah, we'll go for it again. 29.
And that's a. Oh, right. Bard crit. Bard hit.
Bard crit and Bard hit.
So
Yeah.
Gavilan has had a total of 3 Bard scores today. So Gavilan, you've hit your first hat trick of the day. Give yourself a hero point.
Okay.
You already have 3, so do you want to give Shadow another hero point since you can't take any at the moment? Or
Sure.
receive... Okay.
Hold on.
I-
Do you want my miniskirt woman, my flaming dwarf, or my shiny Alvera?
No, I'm pretty sure it's just take 1 from the deck.
Yeah, it's take 1 from the deck. But
Aw.
technically, he could get
also-
one of those too. That's the fun part. The cards repeat.
What does Gavilan do?
Is he in the deck as of yet? I fucked up while I was adding a bunch of characters to the deck, so...
Gavilan's just the I win card.
Gavilan is a double fortune effect. I just don't have the note for it.
You win, but you immediately die.
Oh, no, never mind. It's the Gavilan card gives someone else a double fortune effect on a reroll.
That makes sense.
Yep. And Reeve.
Let's see what the hell we have.
Oh, my turn.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I don't know how to see the blank card that I don't
The
have.
blank
Is that
card is
oh,
just a generic hero point.
okay, got it.
Oh, you have a Diana Scarlet. Hang on to that.
Yes. In other words, I have two really good cards in my
Whoa,
hand.
that's
They're the
a
basic
mystic
bitch.
rare.
So yes, it's your turn, Reeve. Sorry about that.
I'm gonna go ahead and put one of the 3 remaining regular bolts I still have loaded in the guy in front of me.
Okay. So that guy also has op, so I need to make that op too.
Yeah,
Make sure that's
44,
not
by
a
the way,
crit
for the audience.
before that's the wrong person. It's a different modifier and different damage, so I'm gonna re-roll that because yeah.
Great.
That is not a crit because of Bard Song. So you just take 19 damage and you deal 14 to it. But and also when you deal 14 to it, bow are mental damage. It does not have any reactions left, so bowing would just give you a free action to go down, and then you'd take an action.
Mental
to stand up.
damage, because showing humility is an anathema.
Oh.
What god is this?
Well,
Holy
luckily,
shit.
I did not say persistent before you decided, so it's just regular damage. You take 15 mental damage and 4 persistent with a DC 10 flat check to get out of the persistent. Tyrants.
That's kind of funny, actually.
So did I hit them?
Yes,
Is
you
the
did.
question.
You did. You did. Bard Song kept you from being critted and got you hit. And then the additional, let's see. And this is not quite flat-footed to you, so you still have 2 actions remaining. But you've used all its
I'm going to
reactions.
break the persistent damage with that roll.
What roll?
I roll a d20 to break out of the persistent damage, right?
No, it's a flat check at the beginning of your next turn. You don't take it this turn.
Okay.
Technically, you can take an action on things like bleed, so if you want to take an action to try and force the control out of you, I'd ask for a will save, and then we'll roll that d20, and you might get a better chance of getting rid of it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So here's that for you, because that ended up in my possession. Re-roll, but roll twice, take the better result.
Okay. Ah.
Why is there a big Gavilon on the screen?
Yeah, because the GM, you know, if I get one of those while GMing, I'm going to be using them on you guys. And fun fact, I have only other people helpful ones, so yay.
I'm gonna step back out of range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You get a second reroll there because of the Gavilon thing, so.
I did roll twice.
No. You rolled once, that was a failure, so you got someone.
Oh,
gave you
so
the
I was
ability
supposed to re-roll twice.
Yes, reroll
Got
twice.
it.
Yeah. So that will get you effective assistance to break it. So roll me a d20, and if you get a DC 5, you'll break out of the mental. So just a d20, and if you roll a 5 or higher, you're out of it. And then yeah, move back.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Luckily, that particularly effective assistance will apply to your next roll too. So
So, yeah, 30 feet. I'm getting the hell out of range. As a ranged combatant, I do not want to be in these guys' melee distance.
Yes. Let's see. Huh. Hey, Gavilon, how you doing? What's
Doing
your
all
will
right.
DC?
My will DC, it is M20.
Oh, so that's a success. You are frightened too.
Okay, give me a moment.
And Gurkfall, what's your will DC? Never mind. It's frightened 3. That's what happens when you crit fail a scare to death.
Yep.
So, fort save Shadow.
Oh, where's my thing?
So here's what happened here, Gurkfall. It tried to scare you to death, but you just like glared back at it so hard that it didn't actually overwhelm you, but you overwhelmed it. So now Shadow and the other one need to make a fort save because it triggered its own morale condition.
Do I need to use a hero point on that?
Yeah. So the Riot Killer takes nothing. You are down a hero point. I'll take your generic one if you would.
I don't know how to give you the generic one.
Oh,
Like, there is no, like, generic card to put on the field.
well, in that case, I'm just going to... There's no generic card?
There is no generic card. The only two that are in my hand are Diana and Aurora. That's it. I have no other, like, generic blank thing.
In that case, we'll treat you being at 3 as being at 2, then. Anyways, what is half of 162?
Half of 162?
That'd be 81.
Yup. How do you feel about 81 damage, Shadow?
I am...
4 hit points, I know. Yes, I love it when
I
I
am
accidentally give enemies the ability to trigger their own morale condition.
Yeah, oh... Oh, by the way, if you could, Matt, could you just reload in my token? My bars and everything are glitched.
Your bars? No, I see you at 4.
You know, no, on my end, they're glitched.
No, that's fine, as long as I know.
Okay. That's why I was like, oh, speaking of,
Hey, Gurkfall, you have a near-death Carl, and I see you've dropped out of the Roll20. Is everything okay?
What? Wait, what? How did I drop out of roll 20? It's open.
Ah, well, that's
Oh,
interesting. So,
that's weird.
Gurkfall, here's what happened. That particular guard that has very scary intimidation skill looked at you and then scared itself because it crit failed. And it triggered its own morale condition because of that. So Carl just took 81 damage.
Okay, so
I am
I am glad I stepped back.
Yeah.
I guess I have to heal the Carl.
Yep. Probably the wise decision.
Yeah. Okay. What level spell should I be using? Wait, do we have time to rest in this place, Matt?
You'd have to go back to the free, the safe zone.
Okay, so I'm just. Do I use? Maybe I'll use a slightly.
He has 4 out of 162 hit points. Just a heads up.
Yeah, I guess I'll go.
Imagine if I failed it, I would have been outright dead.
Max level. I guess 6 level spell. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Damn, I nearly fell asleep. somehow.
I know, you typically like combats.
I can hear it in your voice.
I know I'm feeling exhausted too. I didn't get enough sleep despite sleeping for like, I don't know, like
Everyone falls asleep
10
every so
hours.
often,
Yeah, everyone does fall asleep at this table.
except for Matt, who's not allowed.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to sleep at the table. Not
That'd be a
since the
fun
incident.
That'd be a very fun session when we just.
Hey, Carl, just be lucky you didn't get crit to down to 4 hit points. Rogues have fun feats.
And then plus 8 times 6 would be 48,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
That's how much health you get, Carl.
Yep.
How much?
48 plus 36.
48 plus 36, that is 80. Four. Eight.
Thankfully, because of Bard Song, that's a hit for Graves. I know
What
you
else
have one
do I
action
do?
left, but
I guess
everything
I'll
in here.
raise shield then.
Yes, everything in here is supposed to be horrifying compared to what you've faced before.
Nah, I see. Matt has taken off the kid gloves finally.
We're facing the worst threat yet.
Morale condition number 2 to be
With the
revealed.
Union.
It got down to a third of its hit points. It has a new morale effect too. How many of you are still frightened?
Me.
Well, you don't get to lower your frightened. It does a little free thing. Prayer to Akachek stabs itself, takes itself out. Anyone who's frightened remains frightened until they get a long rest.
Okay.
I could check worshippers or shit.
Yup. Also, we're still in initiative, so do with that information what you will. If you want, you can go back to the safe zone. You're currently clear. Take a long rest, and we can do a break very quickly. Because I have not given you a break yet today, so
Do that
apologies.
then.
Yeah. We'll be right back. Okay, so everyone, including the GM, is a little tired from a long weekend. So we're gonna end a little early this Sunday.